I guess many people will know that my name is Robert. I'm from the UK, Scotland. I live in Jeonju, and I'm a passionate runner and enjoy to run and learn about running and improve myself as a person.
People think, what brought you to Jeonju or Korea?
It was, my grandfather lived in Japan for a year or two, like around the World Cup time actually.
2002?
2002, okay. Yeah. So when I graduated university, I wanted to be a police officer, but the kind of American financial crisis, 2008, then I graduated 2010, so the police force in the UK were not hiring. So my grandfather recommended go and try living in like Korea or Japan. He said you could teach English there. So I just Googled teaching English in, and then Korea was the first one. And it was so like life is funny. Life is the way it works out and things. So, and then it was EPIC, so English program in Korea. And then I was just randomly put into Jeollabuk-do. I had no choice. So, and then in 2015 I applied to Jeonbuk University. So I got that position and I've been there since. As I said, I'm fortunate that a lot of coaching and previous famous marathoners have done autobiographies in English, so I've learned a lot of things from each person. And the beauty of those is that even though they're all professional, they all have different training philosophies and strategies, and yeah, it's really cool to try and just pick little parts of them, but yeah, find your own way, I guess, is the metaphor in that.
Would you point out who is the most effective person? Or
I mean, so you would have Bill Bowerman was one of the pioneers of marathon running. So he was at like Nike, him and Phil Knight, the owner of Nike, basically. Another one is Joe Vigil, American Alberto Salazar, who is obviously a very complicated character. Renato Canova, Italian coach in Kenya. Yeah, it's fascinating to read about them.
A lot of coaches.
And the modern day ones that you have in America specifically, there's a lot of good coaches right now. As amateur runners, these are professional at the top level. I can't do Kipchoge's. It becomes very dangerous. So you have to be careful.
Personal background. Like before we started, we talked about your soccer life.
Yeah.
But there's some misunderstanding, right?
Yeah, so like running, I mean, my football was always just a hobby. People hear like, oh, he was a football player.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's thousands of football players in Korea too that there was no professional contract or anything. It was just a pure hobby that I really enjoyed. And that probably gave me a lot of base fitness, actually, that I didn't realize at that time.
What about when you're a kid?
Yeah, elementary school, I would
just started.
Yeah, football is like the main sport in the UK, so a high percentage of children just fall into playing football.
It seems like no background.
Yeah, I mean just a normal background, which is
just normal background.
Yeah, I had a bike. I would ride around. I think if I look at children today, the biggest problem is I didn't grow up with cell phone. I grew up being outdoors, playing football after school, riding a bike with friends. And I'm so thankful I'm born in that generation and not today's. Yeah, I was an active kid.
Just pop-up question. Mm-hmm. Where is your hometown?
Yeah, so it's in the northeast, like Aberdeen would be like the city, so Edinburgh's the capital and it's about 2 hours north of that. So, but the whole of Scotland's quite hilly and mountainous, so there's a lot of hills for running on if you go there.
What is the motivation to start running?
Yeah, so this would be kind of like, I have to thank my wife here because she's set up a race for her elementary school children to do a 5K in Kimjae. So I said, I'll come along and do the half marathon with no training or anything, just I had football fitness. And I went out too fast and then kind of died towards the end of the race. But I just really enjoyed the kind of festival atmosphere, because Kimjae is local to me as well. It's just local food and after it, and it was a really sunny day, I remember, so it was just really nice feeling, like I want to do this again. So from that point it was very off and on. And then if I jump a little bit, I did the Seoul Marathon with one of my football friends in 2017, and both of us just wanted to get sub 3, which we did just. It was I went out with the leaders, and after about 3 kilometers, they just disappeared from me. So it was probably Lee. He would have won it, I guess. And without knowing who he was at that time, it just would have been running together for 5 minutes, and then I died. But yeah, that was the starting point anyway. Because then Tokyo was 2018. My first full course was Gunsan. And that was 3:10.
Tokyo Marathon 2018.
Yeah.
Huge motivation.
So that was the first point where I properly maybe started watching YouTube videos and how do I train for a marathon properly now. So for Tokyo, that was the first moment that I actually started training. And then I got to 43 there. So that was kind of a big...
2:43. Okay.
Yeah, it was a bit of a jump.
Just 1 year.
Yeah. But that proved that with constant training and things and a plan of sorts that, okay, I could get better. And then I met Lee the fall of that time.
I see.
So we started to train together because I'd seen him in Busan and Kimjae, and always he won. So I asked, can I train with you?
Wow.
And then, so, I mean, I have to be so thankful because if we were just able to like, I remember some of the running and just be like, how does he do this? This is so difficult. And then he just brought me up to his level. And as we talked about earlier, the power of a running group and having someone to lead you and kind of teach you without saying anything. He just taught me just by looking at him, and it's like I'm eternally grateful to him as well. And then obviously my other running club mates. So yeah, the power of a group is very important.
Yeah, let's talk about that then. So a small group would be much helpful. Right.
I think so. I mean, some of the big clubs in Korea now that you see hundreds of members and things, like that's amazing, very cool, but it must be very complicated
to train.
To train, and you know the dynamics of everybody's different, and but having a small group like we have, it like everyone's kind of like a little family.
Okay.
So it feels more comfortable that way.
So you like Ike?
Yeah, Team Weekend. Yeah, we're just little Jeonju and little team, and it's nice.
Team Weekend.
Team Weekend.
좋았습니다. Team Weekend 짱.
The 10K race is like I can risk. I can take a gamble.
Okay.
Because 10K is not far. So if you pace yourself for 7 kilometers, you only have 3 kilometers to go. Yeah, you can either force that or you could just kind of give up, and it's not too bad. You overpace a marathon, things can go wrong quickly. So I'll always take a risk on a 10K. I always go out fast.
Okay.
And I'll know within 2 or 3 kilometers of today is on, I can go, or today's not the day. I don't do too many 10Ks actually, but my PB was in Gunsan, and it was a cold day, but it was sunny. So that's the perfect weather for me. So I was 9 minutes for 3 kilometers, and I thought, today's the day, go for it. But other days you'll know at 3 kilometers your breathing is really heavy, and and the same happened at the New Balance half.
Okay.
But I've done many half marathons, and that 106, I knew at 10k, today's the day. Keep going. And obviously the last 3 kilometers, my breathing is really heavy, and I'm struggling. But I knew you have to go. This is the day. This is the chance. You've trained for it.
So you don't see watches?
Try not to look at it too much. Yeah. I tried in a marathon, I'll use the 5 kilometer splits, but in the past I was too focused on the 1 kilometer split.
Okay.
And I look at my watch too much. That means you're not really focusing on
Right.
You're focusing on a time that might not matter actually in the grand scheme of the whole result. So I find it more comfortable just to race to 5 kilometer split marks. So for JTBC, I knew 17 minutes puts me at the 2:24. So let's just keep hitting that. And obviously because I'm racing Hyunjin at the start, we were a little bit faster actually. The first 10k, I think we're probably about 30 seconds faster. So I also pay that price at the end when I'm getting really hot and things. So it began to affect me too. And I had a little moment, maybe around 20 to 30k. I actually also increased the pace to, I think I was also in the 16:50, 16:45 for 5k splits at that point, because I thought you could maybe get 2:22, 2:23. And then the last 5k, I knew, okay, just hold everything together. Don't go off chasing things. So
just wondering, what's your watch?
Garmin Phoenix 5, very old one.
Phoenix 5.
But trust, it was my mum and dad's birthday present for my 30th. So and it still works, and it's
meaningful.
I don't need to change it. Watches are expensive these days, maybe quality over quantity. Buy one expensive watch and hopefully it lasts.
Interesting.
You? What do you use?
Sunto.
Oh, how is it? I've never had one.
I mean, as you see, it's clear display and accurate GPS.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it very good. And I mean, the display is the most
it does look cool, actually.
Selling point.
Yeah.
So let's talk about shoes and like goods.
Yep.
So what is it? Training shoes and jogging shoes?
Yeah, so I mean, like a lot of brands these days have so many shoes. I feel very comfortable in the 1080, so now they're in the version 14. So those would be my daily jogging shoe. New Balance Rebel, I love for like track workouts or tempo-paced efforts. They're really comfortable, quite light, but no carbon plate. So I like that as well, because I do worry that these carbon plates can't be good, the high stack heights and things. So I don't train in the RC Elite V4, never train in it. Just the trainer, the Super Comp trainer for like a long distance run. That's what I'll use for that. The Rebel for the track, and then the 1080 for daily jogging. Yeah. So I just stick to those 3 shoes, and then obviously the RC Elite for the race. That's it. Because I always get that little psychological boost. This is the special shoe. This is I only race in this shoe. This feels so good. It feels so comfortable. But if you're always training in it, maybe you don't. It's just a little 1%er that I like, and I keep for race day. So
about the clothes. So I think there's 2 types of people of running. So some people like shorts, tight, and some people like the 4-inch shorts.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
I love both. I don't like long shorts. It feels like a basketball player. So I like the old era of running. So short. I'm not sure my wife likes
2-inch, right?
3-inch shorts. Winter, I'd always wear the tights because they're just warmer. Yeah. I And then if it's summer, it's really hot. I prefer it. The tights are too. I sweat a lot, so it's too sticky and sweaty. I don't like that. So I prefer the shorts in summer.
Balance game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So running solo and running with a group. Choose one.
Hard one. Group,
Okay.
but not in a race.
Then speed workout on the track, long run on the road.
Easy. Long run on the road.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of the track.
Really?
Yeah, I do not like tracks.
Oh.
My teammates, so I'm always complaining about track.
재미있게.
Yeah. So I only train on the track once a week, and that's with them.
전북대학교 track
Yeah.
on Saturday? On Saturday.
every Saturday. Yeah. So
6 a.m.?
yep, 6 a.m.
Okay. Running with music and running without any. But you prefer podcast,
Podcast.
right?
Yeah, I prefer something in my
Something
ears.
in,
Yeah.
okay. Do you use Apple?
AirPods. Yeah.
Oh. So then you hold the
Phone.
cell phone or?
Yeah. So in summer I'll have the belt,
Ah.
because also gels and stuff. So I just put the belt on, and then in winter I just have like an arm strap if it's just an easy.
Any specific podcast channel?
So for like, I mix up because I love football still, so I'll listen to some football podcasts. For running, the Australian guys, the Inside Running podcast, and then in the UK we have the Sunday Plodcast. Plod means like slow running, plodding. Easy. I do not like UK British food or Western food anymore. Yeah, I mean, now and again I love a pizza, but other than that, and bread, good bread, not sweet bread. But Korea has the best food in the world, basically. So
bibimbap with dubu, or I mean, I heard that you're a vegetarian or
pescatarian, so I don't eat any meat, but I do eat some fish, obviously. So it's pescatarian diet.
Okay.
But bibimbap, we always just say like gogi pego.
고기 빼고.
Yeah, just vegetables.
Okay. What would you recommend if people would like to make PB? The course.
I think it's got to be Seoul's Donga Marathon because it's the flattest course. It's in the biggest city and it's at the perfect time of year. Because I've done Seoul Marathon 4 times, I think, and every time it's the same. It's blue sky, sun, cool weather, and a flat course. So it's the only one I can really think you're almost guaranteed.
The PB.
Yeah.
And then among those, like the marathon overseas,
Yeah.
any recommendation? So weekly,